The concept is simple. Turn $50 into $1,000 playing the finest night tracks every Thursday night. This is Bankroll Building and Bourbon. All right, they are loading into the gate here at Turfway Park, so we're starting a couple minutes early here. Anybody got anything here?
I'm really debating here, but I don't. I think I'm going to hold off.
You know what? I think I'm gonna try and see if I can get an exacta box in here with my horses. 13, 9, and who's the other one? 8.
Yeah, I got no contest play here, but I did like the 4 a lot in this race. And the 2, actually. I would have had 2-4, which I did play in a wall pick 3, the 2-4. But that's not a contest bet. That's just for action.
Yeah, I was really debating a 9 over 8, 9 double here. But
yeah, I really like this 8 kind of coming out of this Woodbine race. Going to Tim Glyshaw's barn. Obviously the 9 with Gerardo Corrales, always dangerous, coming off 2 bullet works here. Bill Morey's barn, who is only winning at 9%, and he generally wins at like 20+% in this meet. So I don't know what's going on. And then I thought the 13, that drew in at 30-1, coming off a nice speed figure from Churchill race, made in 120K, finished 4th, by 11 lengths. So maybe that figure's dressed up a little bit, but figured, you get Joe Ramos aboard, who's I think on HRN is one of the highest impact scores, HRN impact jocks running right now. So take a shot with a long shot with Joe Ramos aboard here. So I got the 8, 9, 13 here. Got a little box going. And
I did like your 13, Josh. I think he's pretty sneaky. I mean, he's getting bet a little bit off that line, but I think at double digits, I still think.
Yeah, he was still like 12-1 or something, wasn't he?
He was like 16 when I checked a minute ago. I don't know what he is now.
Well, they're messing around there, so I guess we can go around. Caleb, what are you drinking there? What do you got?
I'm drinking some Barrel Seagrass, actually.
Oh, that's funny. You got a little bit of Barrel there. Okay.
Yep, it's tasty stuff. Very unique. I really like it. Some people don't care for it. It's very unique. High in rye, so if you like that, you'll probably like this.
Mark, what do you got?
Is it really hot or?
No, it's just a little. It's not hot per se, but just it's got more of like a spice to it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm drinking the Highland Park 12. First bottle was so good, I bought another.
Very nice.
It was on special at my local, so there was like $10 off. I said, "Yeah, you can't beat that."
There you go.
Yeah, I actually happen to also be drinking Barrel, but I have 2 bottles here. I got the Barrel Vantage here, which is their kind of like toasted. They're toasted double. I think it's actually triple oaked, and I got a little bit of Dovetail too, which has kind of grown on me a little bit. You have to like rum. If you like rum, this has got a very strong rum character to it, and it's also finished in wine barrels too, so it's really nice here. The other also eligible looks like he's kind of dangerous here at 80-1,
right? Someone has to show up. My 4 has some run in here, it looks like.
I don't see any of my horses.
But the 9.
Oh, the 9, obviously.
Carlos is looking around, so either he's loaded or he's out of horse. One of the two.
Well, I need this 13. Maybe if the 13 can get up for second. Come on, 13.
Oh. 1 has a flyer, but there's no.
Yeah, but he went to the rail like an idiot.
I know. He hit the rail and he just dropped dead.
Come on, 13, get up. Get up, 13. Nah.
Unlucky.
Well, I guess I should have played my double.
I'm still not on the right side of Corrales. Like a dude wins at 35%, and I haven't been on the right side of him all meet.
That's killer. What? I wonder what that exacta is paying.
Who got second? Was it the 1?
It was a blanket. It was.
I mean, I doubt 9-1 pays very well because I think the 1 was the favorite.
I thought it was the 4.
9-1 is paying 75 for 2.
Oh, I stand corrected.
913 was paying 199 for 2. It looked like the one.
Oh boy,
looked
that
like the one on the fence, but the
like
angle
yeah,
is
that
kind of
angle is
like
so bad.
it's before the wire, so it kind of makes it look like it's the inside horse all the time.
Remy's got 1 minute to race 2 here. I don't know, Caleb. You have you looked at anything there?
I didn't. It just the fields are small at Remy like right now, and if you're not gonna, you know, take some shots with doubles, which they don't offer, and I'm not much of a vertical player, it's a little tough to find anything I really feel good about. So no, I don't have any play here. I didn't really look. I mean, I looked at the race a little bit because I was just trying to find maybe a horse can get to the front and not turn or not stop. But I couldn't even really figure out who gets the lead here between maybe like the 3 or the 4, with the 5 being scratched. So
I mean, yeah, it looks like the 4 maybe the 7's got a little bit of speed. Yeah, it's kind of a tough little race there. Mark, obviously, we know you're only dialed into one track. You're trying to. It was the 4. The 4 got second.
That's what it looked
wow,
like.
really?
It was hard, but yeah.
Fuck. 13 was coming too. On the plus side, in my cash plays, I pressed this 9, so I have a $4 pick 3 going with this 9 singled. So I used the 13 and the 8 as well, but I used that in the dollar pick 3. So yeah, I didn't really see anything here at Remy either. I was interested in the 5. The 5 scratched. PDT showing up late when we already talked about what we're drinking, but I'm about to pour myself some Vantage here. It looks like we're a barrel podcast tonight.
I'm sure mine came out of a barrel at some point, but
Caleb's on the Seagrass. Mark's on the Highland Park 12.
I recently picked up a bottle of another Highland Scotch, Oban 14.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, OBM 14 is very nice. PDT can tell you about that one.
See, like I'm a little disappointed. Like it's fine,
Really?
but I think it's fine. Like I'll drink it. Like, but I feel like I paid like $90-ish for it, 90
about
something
right.
maybe.
Yep.
And I feel like I'd rather have Highland Park 12 at like 55 compared to, the huge upcharge there for what I feel is like a very similar, if not slightly worse Scotch. So yeah, I was a little disappointed with that because I do like Highlands, but that's not one I'm probably going to buy again at that price.
Do you like that little bit peatier? Because I mean, the Highland is definitely a little peatier than the Oban is.
I do, yeah. I mean, I like Highland Park 12. Like all the Highland Parks really. Like Talisker, I like quite a bit. So I do like a little bit more peat than what I think maybe I'm getting in Oban.
The Oban 14, I think the price on it shot up a bit. I think it used to be about $70. I haven't had it in a very long time because of how expensive it is now. It's about $90 here, I think now.
Yeah, I mean, my place had Highland Park 15 for like 105, and or like 18 for that matter for like 120 or something. So like that's a much better bargain in my mind. But so did anyone have anything at Remy here?
I didn't play anything. I liked the 5 and then the 5 scratch, so I was kind of not.
Yeah, I mean, I was tempted to do something because I really didn't like the 6. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong race. Never mind. This wasn't.
Are you just saying that because the 6 is passing up the 4 right now?
No, I was looking at a different race genuinely, but I also, I mean, that is good timing.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the 6, and of course he wins, so it was a good no bet. But Mark, what race are we coming up here at Delta?
Coming up on race 7.
Race 7. So how are you spending all $300 in this race?
I am not spending all $300 in this race. I did go into the night tonight being like, okay, I want to turn 300 into 1,000, get this stupid contest over with. But I don't necessarily love this card the most. So, I'm playing a double here. I'm spreading 3 wide, and I am tossing the favorite. So, I'm using the 1, the 2, and the 6 here. The 1 baddie, obviously they took a shot last time out in that allowance, getting back to where this one belongs. And this horse had won 2 straight coming into that allowance try, where just the horse got overwhelmed. So I like I like the return back. Seems like a miler. Horse didn't have the off going last out, and you're getting 6-1 there. I also ended up using the 2 in here, Maya Pretty, a horse that, again, no win machine, historically, and the barn's been a bit cold, but this is one that the figures fit, makes some sense in here. Again, but does kind of need to return back to the winning form that out of the Asmussen barn from a few back. And the other horse that I used was the 6, which is the Broberg. It does scare me a little bit when a Broberg isn't taking money, but I think this is a horse that has enough dirtied up form that might just not be taking money. This is a horse that when you look at the last times this one was at Delta, was going versus much tougher company and was in some very low percentage barns, these 8 or 10% connection barns. Broberg's a 20% connection barn. And the last 3 starts in the Broberg barn were 2 turf starts and a sloppy track. This horse has never handled the off track, so I'll give this one another shot to return back to form, getting a fast track tonight.
Are you worried at all that maybe the CJ McMahon horse here, the 6, might get murdered late?
That's always a concern. When I'm looking at true odds here, it looks like the 4 will go off with a slight bit of favoritism over the 6, but I think 6 will end up being your second choice. I do imagine the horse does take a fair bit of money late. And again, these pools are shallow enough. We've had this conversation where they are shallow enough where they can move quite a lot.
I really wish Chase was here because he would have gotten the joke.
I can tell it was a joke. I just don't understand the context.
I didn't understand the context. I thought you were trying to make a joke, but
I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure CJ McMahon was accused of attempted murder. Am I wrong?
Makes sense.
No, am I? Yeah. Top jockey CJ McMahon accused of attempted murder and illegal use of weapons, arrest, and traffic stop. This is January 4th, 2021.
Good memory.
Yeah.
Wow. Impressed.
I'm also pretty sure that Chase made that joke in our private chat a couple days ago. And so I was really eager to use that on stream. So shout out to the Wolf of Oaklawn. Nice. Mike here saying, rough day for me. He'll be following along while he takes care of work needs to be done by tomorrow here. Tim Lewis here, an old handicapper from Nebraska. XR Ben days back in the early 70s. Now semi-retired and discovering all the new tools available for handicapping. Have to ask, why are the payouts so low now? I think there's a couple of things. One, especially going back to the 70s, takeout has proceeded to just creep higher and higher and higher and higher, and you really start to notice that at tracks like Sam Houston, right? That don't exactly have huge pools, but the takeout's so low. I mean, Caleb, how many times do we look at pick 3 payouts and we're just flabbergasted at what they are, right? It's like a pick 3 is going to pay $100 even if it's 3 straight chalks. It's crazy. The other thing is lowered field sizes on the whole. Less betting interests mean the payouts go lower. And third, you got the computers in there that I think are, especially in the exacta and double pools, they have too much information, and I think that they are able to manipulate the pools to get expected payouts. So it's just kind of, I don't know, the game's definitely gotten tougher, especially from what I've heard from people where 20 years ago, maybe even before, let's say 30 years ago, in the 90s, if you were using buyer speed figures, you were probably ahead of the game. Now it's you got people like Caleb who use 97 products, right? And now that's what you're going up against. And then toss a computer in there, and now it gets crazy. But
I also there's like a 3.5 in there. Building on what Josh said, there's also the fact that your average handicapper has gotten better. Because there's more information out there. The average handicapper is smarter. There are, I mean, I think we all joke about those people that go to the track and are betting, the same jockey every race, or they're betting, the color of the silks or stuff. But when you're talking about the people that are moving pools, that are placing large wagers, those guys have gotten better. And whether it's computer assisted guys or whether it's just whales that are firing big slam doubles and that type of thing, your average bettor has just gotten, the average player has gotten better, and you have less, I don't know, quote unquote, dumb money that are fluffing pools. And I think that's why you see tracks like Saratoga, or, I mean, even things like Breeders' Cup or Derby Day, where we say, geez, those were two logical horses and there's this big payout. Well, yeah, there's people betting the one-eyed horse, and there's people betting, some, jockey they knew, or the cute story about, the connections that was aired on TV. And those definitely make it so that the sharps get, can make a little bit more profit, and those payouts go up. So.
Anything to add, Caleb?
No, I mean, you guys covered it. I mean, there's a bunch of reasons that things are different than they used to be. I mean, I think a lot of the small guys kind of got run out of town. I think the computer money is very sharp. The average non-computer money is sharper than it used to be. And, it's also difficult to compete with sports betting right now, given the barrier to entry that horse playing typically comes with. So the people that are in are pretty much very seasoned veterans, computer players, syndicates, or whatever else. So you factor all that in. I mean, the fact that favorites are winning at relatively higher percentages than they have historically. I mean, yeah, it's a tough sport to make money. That's for sure.
Well, I think Steve, also, I would say favorites are winning at a higher percentage because the betting public has gotten smarter, and therefore is getting the right favorite at the right time.
Right, they're betting the right horses.
Yeah,
to the right,
they're betting the right horses because they're smarter. Yep.
Yeah, Steven brings up a good point too. Just the power of $2, right? The minimum back $2 has been the minimum since what, forever, right? Yeah. And I think he said that $2 from 1970 is equal to about $15 today. So for somebody, I think also, like he said, that his buddy hit for $80, and that was more than he made the entire week. So I think just with the cost of living increases too, and we talk about that a little bit too with like minimums. Some minimums needing to go up. I think that the 50-cent pick 3 should get eliminated. It should be $1. I honestly think the pick 4 should probably also be $1, to be honest with you. But definitely the pick 3.
Yeah. Leave the pick 5s at 50 cents because those are a relatively new wager, and when they came out they were 50 cents. But I like what Naira's done by going back to the dollar based pick 6s and getting away from the jackpots. I think that's a good thing. But yeah, I do agree with you. If you look at levels have gone up, and therefore those outside prices, it's easier to have them covered with some smart ticket construction.
All right, so so the CJ McMahon horse did get murdered. Is down to 3-2. Yep. So yeah, that.
But I will say, and this is, sorry to keep cutting you off, Josh. I will say, and this is again a Delta thing. The double pool didn't get murdered. The win pool's gotten murdered, but the doubles haven't gotten murdered. Now that could be a last minute thing, but hopefully they stay stout, because if you look at doubles right now, it's pretty similar between the 3 and the 6. And the 4 is honestly just a tick behind right now, doubles wise. And they're all within $1 or $2 of the on doubles payouts. So
yeah, so I threw a ticket in our private chat. I'm going all in with my $50 this race because I really have no opinion anywhere else. I didn't have much opinion at Remy and Turfway. I have not done well there, so I'm trying to switch it up. Yeah, I'm also playing a double here. I'm using the 3 and the 4 the most in this race. I'm using them equally. I think the 3, his prior races probably give him a good chance to make the lead. Don't know what happened last time, but there's not a ton of speed in this race, so I think whoever gets the lead is going to be hard to beat. The 4 is a horse that I think has just been very progressive and improved in pretty much each of his last couple of starts. I think he makes a lot of sense in here as well. So I like the 3 and the 4. The other horse I did use in this race is the 1. I don't have him pressed as much. I have him about half as often as 3 and 4, just because he's the other horse that has shown speed before and did win the last time he was down around this level. So kind of forgiving him with that last one in the slop where he was in over his head. But I have the 3 and the 4 the most, and then a little bit of the 1. I'm trying to beat the 6, who is taking all the money late. It's the right connections to take the money, but hasn't really run a race good enough to win in a while. And I'm hoping that maybe it's not the same horse anymore.
So you're doubling into the same horses I am in the next.
I'm doubling into the 5,
predominantly
6,
the 5 and the
7,
6. Yep.
But mostly the 5 and 6. The 7 was like the B horse for me there.
Yeah, I win bet this 3, so I put $20 to win on it.
Cool. So the 3 doesn't go, and
yeah, and I'm just tearing my ticket up right now at this point.
That was the risk of the 3, where I'm like,
yeah,
is he all form on the barn change? Did something go wrong, or was that just like, an aberrant race last time out where he didn't run poorly from his final finishing position, but he showed no speed on the stretch out there? You had to figure he'd go to the front. This is a very questionable ride.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like he's going. I mean, he's in a good barn, right? Like
the 3 took all the money. He's 2-1.
Christ, are you serious?
Yeah,
I wouldn't have bet him if I was 2-1. He was freaking. How is this 6 3-1?
He was
what
like 3-2
is this track? What the heck just happened? Now the 4 is 2-1. What is going on?
Nobody knows. The odds are made up and the points don't matter.
Oh my god, dude! Someone
can't even tell us on the outside. Is that the 4?
It's 1, 6, and 2. All 1, 2. I don't think
1,
the
2,
4. Oh, it's the 4 is on the other side. Okay.
I mean, if the 7 is worth half a shit, he had the perfect trip here.
He does not.
He's got the short
this
stretch.
1,
So.
come on, get brave with this 1. Get brave. Come on, come back. Stay brave. There we go.
And
Very
the 1's
nice.
fucking 9-1. This is just this is the dumbest thing. This is literally the dumbest track.
That is
No. This is not a dumb track, Josh. This is a beautiful place.
Worst outcome for me to be alive, but alive nonetheless.
That was the best. That was the best outcome for me.
Wait, I thought you had the 3 and the 4, Caleb.
Yeah, I had the 3 and the 4 the most, and I had the 1 for half as much.
God bless it. You had the 1 too. This is ridiculous.
Oh, I was the 1 by far was my best outcome there. I mean, that's
and apparently,
the horse with dirtied up form.
Unfortunately, CJ McMahon goes unpunished and claims another victim in Jay, who his 6-head Delta there.
Yeah, I mean, with that 6, you were, and I think I kind of implied it. If you're looking at that horse, you're going, okay, if you can make an excuse for the last 3, which I tried to do, the horse makes some sense. And if you can't, then you have to go, okay, so this is not a turf horse, got it. And the horse didn't handle the sloppy going last out, okay, got it. But otherwise, it's this one kind of screamed as a horse that hasn't won since January of last year, at Delta and a claiming 5 that looked like a pretty soft race. And maybe this one's, there's something else up here.
Yeah, well, let's get back to real racing here. Charles here has got a little Turfway Exacta and Tri box here with the 389, and he's got a double, the 389 to the 10, 11, 12. I think we were both talking that we really like this 10, and we all like the 10 in the last at Turfway, right? That's the other Maury horse. Yep. And I have a pick 3 going currently. Obviously not in the contest because we did not allow pick 3s in the contest. But I got the 7, 8, 10 here at Turfway. And I got the 7 and 8 pressed. So I got the 7, 8, 10 for $1. I got the 7, 8 7, 8, 10 for $1, and I got 7, 8 for another $3. So I'm pressed through the 7 and 8 here. Trying to see what I can do here. See if I can figure out a play here. You guys are abstaining from Turfway, it seems like.
From a contest perspective, I am. Yeah, I am playing a cheap little double on my own account here, just like for action, basically. This was a tough race for me. I didn't like the favorite in here, and it's a Krause horse, and I don't like him, so he's probably going to win. But I just didn't think this 8 has really improved at all since coming here, and just it feels like he kind of needs to improve a little bit to win in this spot. So he wasn't a favorite that did anything for me. The 3 I thought was probably the more likely favorite that I would use between the two. But first time synthetic and a lot of breaks in those running lines is a little bit concerning. So I actually ended up spreading to 5 prices here, using most prominently the 4, 6, 7, 9, and 11. All of whom are actually taking money, with the exception of the 11. So all those horses have been bet down from what they were in the morning line. So I think public's not sold in the favorites either, it seems like. So looks like people are looking for some prices here.
Yeah, I think you said the 9, right, Caleb?
I
That was
did.
my top. That was my top choice in here. Barn that is absolutely phenomenal. First off, a claim. They're basically they're 27% off the claim. I realize, and 67% on the meat so far. Putting up go to Jock, who's 54% up for the barn in the last year. And you're getting 6-1 on those kind of angles. So I mean that 9 I thought was. Well, I guess you're getting right now 5-1. I'm sorry. I thought there was a lot of things to like here, especially if you didn't love the favorite in here. Which again, you're right. The board is quite lukewarm on this 8.
I honestly thought I thought the 8 might float up a little bit. I thought the 3 was going to be bet down like crazy. Just from those speed figures, I'm not sold whatsoever on this horse. Taking to the synthetic. I mean, I think it's a question mark. I mean, not that Intimissha doesn't run well in the synthetic by any means, but we haven't seen it yet. And the horse does seem to, it is coming out of the Bill Mott barn. Second time in the McCarthy barn. Not exactly a plus move for Mike McCarthy here. Did regress a little bit, and we'll see what happens when it comes to synthetic. I think there's just a lot of question marks on it, but I thought that the 3 was going to take money, kind of on name recognition, kind of looking at those back figures. Whereas at least with the 8, I thought that you had a some turf pedigree here, better turf pedigree, and the horse is proven over turf, which tends to translate to synthetic a little bit better. Does have a win on the synthetic going back to Kempton Park, obviously in May of 21, but. So I kind of was able to make a better case for the 8. I also thought being posted outside, I'd rather take the 8 just because it seems like the outside has been much better tonight. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised this 10 is not taking any money whatsoever. Won its last race, an allowance race at Indiana Grand last time out. Has fired a bullet here before coming over here to Turfway. Randy Klopp is 1 for 6 on the meet so far, but winning last race is a plus move for him. Sammy Bermudez is 23% with him the last 2 months. And I mean that figure last time out, especially on Briz, definitely fits in this spot here. And it was 10-1 in the book, and I was happy with that. But you're telling me I'm getting double that price now.
I gotta ask Josh, and I am no synthetic expert. You're much better at this than I am. I don't play a lot of this type of track, but is that a pedigree that you think handles the synth track? I mean, that to me does a tap it over Vicar doesn't seem like. I always look for turfier pedigrees, and I feel like a turfy pedigree.
I mean, I agree with you. I don't think it is a turfy pedigree, but at the same time, if you're taking that's the type of horse you want to take a price on, and
okay.
As
so
you're
just saying you're getting the right chance. Okay.
Yeah, if this horse was 2-1 or something, or was the same price as these shorter price horses, that's a lot of question marks. But I feel like 20-1 forgives a lot of sins, and answers a lot of questions that get asked. So I figured I'd take a shot here with this 10. But like I said, I'm more pressed to the 8 here, the favorite, and also the 7. Altered shot here. Joe Ramos, we already talked about him. He's been he's been a hot jock as far as the HRN impact score. He's winning at 22% on the meet at per Brisnet. Gets up for Greg Foley which looks like his first runner here, but he's got some. He's got wins in limited sample sizes here and in dirt all weather races, so doesn't really run here much. I mean, just the back races fit. I think once again to your point, Mark, we're going to have to answer questions on is this horse going to take the synthetic? I don't know. But I feel better. Well, I felt better taking a chance at a mid price at like 6-1 here. Obviously, the horse is sitting at 5-1, taking a little bit of money off that morning line. But I'm not going to take 3-1 on like that inside drawn horse to 3. Who's got to answer the same questions that some of these longer prices do.
Okay, so I have to ask, any love for this 11? Off we go. Horses 2 for 2 at Turfway, and you're again getting 18-1 on a horse. I mean, we at least know the horse can handle synth.
That was your horse, right, Caleb?
Yeah, that's one of the prices.
That's yours. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like I didn't really. I had 5 horses in a double that I'm keying to the 10 next race, so I didn't really want to spend a ton of time on all of them. But yeah, the 11 was one of them. For the reason you mentioned, mostly Mark, he seems to like Turfway. This is a very horse for course kind of track. I think that angle works very well here. Not having the strongest meat, but in general, these are strong connections. Horse is tactical, outside drawn. I mean, I think there's a lot to like about this horse at a pretty big price. Not sure if he's quite classy enough to tangle with some of these, but at 18-1, I'm willing to pay to find out.
Yeah, and it looks like you're going to get quite a bit more than that. I'm seeing projected at 35-1.
I'd probably be very high on this 9. I'm sorry, not the 9. The 6, if it was anybody except for Vinny. But my God, has that man got beaten on some favorites so far this meet? Like, it's been rough.
I was looking at it, and he's going to hit a couple horses tonight. He's got one in the last that I sort of like, that 12 horse.
He's getting a lot of good mounts, but
I wanted to get one of the horses, but he's been terrible.
He's been bad,
just absolutely bad.
Like, he's hitting the board a decent bit, but like when you're riding so many favorites as he is, or short priced horses, like hitting the board doesn't really do much.
I got a real fat double here. 7, 8, 10 to the 3 horses I like in the next race. The 9, 10, and 12. And then, I was going to play an exacta, but it looks like they're off here.
Yeah, no, you're not. But like, Caleb, did you see what your double will pay into the next?
I have not.
It drifted a lot late.
Up, I hope.
Oh yeah.
Doubles to I have the 5, 6, 7. I got $4 to the 5, 6. Those are each worth like 45-1. And then the 7 is like 80-1, but I only have it for $2. So either I stand to make about 160 no matter if 5, 6, or 7 wins. So that's pretty nice.
I don't think anyone told Sammy Bermudez that speed is not good at Turfway.
It seemed better yesterday compared to previous in the meet.
Didn't Corrales just wire the last race?
Yeah, he just wired the last one.
Oh, did he? All right. Well, maybe Corrales talked to Sammy here. Maybe Sammy knows something I don't.
I mean, a sub 22 at Turfway, there has to feel like a recipe.
And then 45.
Yeah, but he's very out of horse right now. So
yeah,
are you sure?
Cavalry.
Here comes a 7 on the fence to look like he's going to do something and run a tired 5th somehow.
Or
he keeps finding,
or keeps finding.
All right. I'm
off the fence. I ran first, second one, 6, 7. I'll take that. I feel like 7's probably not the one I wanted out of my 5, but beating the chalk's all I was going for there.
You beat the chalk, you got a little price. Yeah, again, it's one of those things. You're like, you were looking for a price. You can't bitch about not getting the priciest of your prices, right? Like,
that's true.
Okay, I did get a price.
Yeah. That's very fair.
Yep. So I start my double there. I had the 7,
you,
and then I got a $5 double to the next race, and then I have a $4 pick 3 into the next race as well. The 9, 10, 12.
So I know you're the bias player here, Josh. Do you mark somebody like that 7 down for rallying up the rail when you guys are saying the rail is bad here?
I really don't think. Well, I mean, if I were back in my note taking days, I probably would. I haven't been taking trip notes for a while, mostly just out of sheer laziness and just like haven't had time. But yeah, like if I were back to if this was Saratoga in the summer, yeah, absolutely. In the winter, I tend to get a little bit lazier about that type of thing. But there was another horse earlier today that had a huge price. It was at a huge price, and it dove to the rail and just died. And I think we were kind of talking about it in group chat that was one to kind of mark. But yeah, I might actually mark that down. And you see, So, and maybe you see, Mark, you have an advantage in this area, and Caleb as well, because I know you guys both have subscriptions to DRF and or Timeform US, and
Or
they make it super easy, right, to mark these comments on and keep them for later use. You can obviously do it through your ADW, but I haven't had great luck using any of the ADW stable alerts. Honestly, the best stable alert I've used is the Equibase one, but it's just an extra step, right, that you got to take. It makes it just slightly more annoying to use Equibase to keep all your stable horses in. But if you use something like Formulator or Timeform, perfect, right? You can just click on your PP, mark your comment, and then next time that horse runs, you got that note up there for you. So super
so
useful.
Timeform doesn't have that, at least not to my knowledge.
Yeah.
I thought it
DRF
does.
I don't think it does. DRF does, but I don't think Timeform does. Unless
For sure
I'm
not.
unaware, and if it does, I
mean,
normally take my notes a different way. I use them through NH Play, but
I do my my stable horses through H play as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
their system is just so nice. It's
If I was like a formulator user though, I would make my notes in formulator because it is nice to see it pop up like in the PP and whatever else, and you can get away with a little bit longer note taking, whereas NH play kind of limits you on characters. But,
yeah, it does. Yeah,
Our buddy Jay, who he's come on a couple of times to do streams with us before, but he like has been known to get a little tipsy and post notes, and I think one of them literally said, "Wow, what an impressive debut." I don't know, maybe I'm buzzed, but that looked really impressive. And like he literally wrote all that out, and he showed me. He's like, yeah, it's just all time great note.
apparently, Timeform does have notes, Mark. I've never used it.
I never have either. I didn't even know it was a
It
thing.
doesn't really work for me, probably because of my pop-up blockers I have installed. But right below like the breeder owner thing, there's that notes button you can click to expand, and I guess you could type in there. But I don't know if it carries over from like the next race or what. I've never.
It does, yeah. I remember using it before, but I just I didn't go back to it.
There is a notes thing there.
Mine just expands a gray box, probably because my pop-up blocker.
Yeah, I get a gray box and I can enter 400 characters and click save. Okay, I had no idea.
I didn't get anything here at Remy. Oh, they're off.
I'm in a bit of a weird spot at Delta here.
Good.
Well, I have doubles ending in the 5-6, $10 doubles, so $430 to $450 range on those two, which doesn't put me over the top. I have $288 left, so I should be. If this was like a contest, I would be levering up and firing. Well, I would have fired the last one a lot larger than I did, but I would be firing a big 5-6 over 10 into the last and trying to slam it to get to the 1K, but. I sort of, I don't know. I want to sit here and have more bullets. So,
Mark taking the conservative approach.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping one of you guys will at least try a little harder and make it competitive.
Well, Josh,
my doubles.
Are you live or what? I know you haven't missed yet, but have you hit anything?
Here's
the exact.
I haven't hit anything. I have I have a double live here at Turfway.
Who are you live to?
I'm live to the 9, 10, and 12.
What are those worth?
Let's take a look.
96, 92, and 43.
Yeah, and I got it 5 times. Well, 2.5 times by for $2, but for $5. So the 12 is worth about 100.
All right, you can pick up like 250 to 9 or 10.
Yeah. The 10's about 230, and I think the 9's about 250. So, and then I got pick 3s, but that's obviously my personal account. $4 pick 3 to the 9, 10, and 12. Those are looking pretty okay. Those are looking at about 600 to the 12. About $1,000 to the 10,
Very
and
nice.
1,200 to the 9. So
Very nice.
On my personal account, I cashed like a $5 double to the 10 in this last race at Turfway. I hate this 12, and if he goes off 8-5, I'll have to play something else. But this is like the combination of like the coldest connections you could like ever find between the exiled Drug O'Neill guy and then Vinny, who only knows how to run second.
man, I just like honestly, this is just like one of those cases where the outside is so good right now. And I mean, yeah, we saw that horse dive to the rail and win. And maybe it's changed. Maybe something else is going on. But I thought the outside's better. And I mean, that 6.5 races looks really freaking good here. I don't know. I had a hard time leaving this horse off my ticket. But if you saw my structure, I used all three equally in here, so I didn't really trust it, but I kind of had a hard time leaving it off my ticket. So
yeah, I mean the figures are huge. If you're a figure player, this is your horse, which I am, but just it's tough when you get connections like that. I think Leandro Mora is like 2% since going out on his own, I think, and then Vinny's been pretty cold.
Is he officially out on his own now?
I think he is.
Or is he only just taking O'Neill's horses when O'Neill gets suspended?
Well, I thought it was the former that then turned into the latter that turned into the former, but I could be wrong.
So O'Neill needs another beard.
When I was playing California, I saw Mora had horses and O'Neill had horses not that long ago.
Oh, really? Oh, I know O'Neill got suspended for I don't know, whatever, like 2 weeks or something. It was a minor suspension for him. And I know Mora had him there for a bit, but okay.
The 9 was the other one that I kind of used here. I mean, I'm really kind of banking on that back turf form. I mean, probably his best race was run over the turf. Obviously, then or her best race, and then ran into Kathleen O and some other nice horses in the next maiden race, and then took some time off, left the Clement barn, went on the dirt. Didn't really show anything. It looked like probably was pulled up. So, but maybe hoping that the horse hit the dirt, feet hurt, needs the soft stuff. So see if the 9 improves a little bit on the synthetic.
Yeah, I looked at the 9. I mean, to me, that's a horse that piece of form looks good, and then it just makes you wonder why the barn change, why the year layoff, why the drop, why the switch to Sin. There's a lot of questions for me to, on a horse that looked to have a lot of promise at one point. Now 5-1, is that a big enough price to take a stab at it? I mean, not for me, but I mean, I would. The horse has form in there that would win this race, so it's a tough call. I actually the 10's the horse I really used the most here, just Corrales and Maury on the drop. But the 3 is the other horse that I looked at here a lot, in here, who didn't run a step on the dirt in the first 2 starts. That's okay. Ran a good race on the turf at Aqueduct, and kind of ran a Z pattern there where had no room to run, and then kind of got out late and made up a couple lengths, and then showed good speed against better last out at Turfway, going too far in a race that absolutely fell apart. So I think that this horse, could be controlling speed here. There's no real clear speed signed on. I mean, maybe the 7 tries to go. But if the 3 can get out there and then, ration out the fractions, I don't love the draw. I don't think the 3 needs the lead by any stretch, but it should be forward. And if can work out a trip, maybe. I thought the 3 could be a little bit sneaky here at surprisingly drifting up to 8-1 right now, 9-1.
It looks like Mark, they're walking towards the gate here at Delta. What do you got here, Mark?
I'm live to the 5-6 and a double.
I'm live to 5, 6, and 7. So let's go 7.
All right, I'm going to bet the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8.
I mean, this never goes well for me when I'm live to 3 horses and they're the shortest 3 prices on the board. I mean, I will somehow find a way to miss this race. I have almost, over a third of the field with 3 shortest prices. Yeah. The 8 here I thought was kind of the wild card at Delta, because this is a horse who similar to that 9 I just talked about, although not quite the same story because this 8 is a much more established horse. But a lot of those back races would win this race probably quite easily. But you have to go back a year to find them, and then the comeback race was not good at all. Did the horse not like the slop? Is the 7-year-old gelding just kind of over it? Did he need to start off the break? I don't know. And 10-1. I mean, I don't. That it's interesting, but I didn't want to spread 4 deep in this race. But the 8's the one horse here that's a decent price that I would be scared of.
Yeah, that's the one I'm scared of.
I actually kind of really like this 8. I mean,
you don't need to worry about that anymore.
Oh, they just scratched them? Oh God.
Yep. No. Well,
you guys out here killing horses.
Dude, I was out here, dude. I was literally punching my ticket in right now. Well,
I feel a little better now because, I don't want to mark myself, so I'm just not going to say anything.
No.
No, it's not marking yourself until they're in the stretch.
Okay. If the 1, 2, or 3 beats me, the 1, 2, or 3 beats me because I just couldn't get any of them. Maybe the 1, but the 2 and 3 look 2, 3, and 4, excuse me, look very tough to get to.
That timing was prophetic. That was excellent. You guys talking up a horse.
I'll probably ding the will pays a bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. My will pays just got murdered. So, it's probably his 4th choice, but still, it's
your will pays the only like
one matters. Oh no, it doubles consolation, right?
Doubles a consi
so
because the first leg started, so it's going to be consi out of the last. It'll probably take.
Does that mean you're scared of the 2, Mark?
No.
You don't think the 2 is going to murder your will pays?
No.
It is a little bit funny that the Broberg CJ horse is the longest price on the board.
Well, it's really funny because CJ was never Broberg's go-to at Delta. And the 2 of them were like 3% together last year or something. And then he started going to him this year. And now all of a sudden CJ's, I think
I'm just saying you'd hate for CJ to kill your tickets. No? Okay.
I mean, you implying he's going to murder my tickets? Stab him or something?
He'll at least
in an angry fit of rage?
He'll at least attempt it.
This attempt to stab them. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Another ice cube. I'll be back.
Oh man. I was kind of interested in your 7 here, Caleb. Thinking that might be the speed in this race, but he's taking the late money, and I'm guessing that I have no idea what price he's going to be. He could be 7-5, or he could be 5-1. I have no idea.
I know that's why it's a very difficult track to win bet. I think of all the horses to float up, the 7 is the most likely. I think the 5 is going to take as much money as he is. I think the 6 probably goes off shorter than he is, I would expect. The 7's the one that I think could kind of slip up a little bit and maybe drift up to that 7-2 range.
Tim Lewis coming in again here. He's asking what our favorite site or app to bet races are and why. Mark?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's going to be AM Wager. Obviously, we are affiliated with them. There's an affiliate link in our videos if you watch them. But for me, I'm a big ABC player. I'm a big structure guy. AM Wager allows me to build that right in. I deposit money in. And if I pull it back out, I get it the next day. They have all the tracks that I play for the most part. I like their interface. You can say their interface feels a little old, but it's kind of simple, clean, easy to read, and just works. And also they have the best rebates in the business as far as for your average Joe handicapper, unless you're putting 6 figures through the window. You're getting real good rebates, and for me, rebates are more important than a free PP here and there or some sort of promo. I want that money coming back to me. So AM Wager by far.
Well, the 5 got left a million lengths at Delta, and the 7 got a pretty easy lead. If the 5 wins here, they ought to build him a statue.
Here he comes.
But it looks likely that the 6 might be too good. 7 is already just out. Even with the perfect trip and the other speed missing the break.
Come on, 4. Get up, 4. Get up, 4.
I tried the middle move thing on that 5, but
I don't know if I caught the middle move. That's the shot. I missed the break.
well,
It's to be on the
that's
lead.
I missed the break in a sprint race. And I need to get there. Yeah, yeah.
That's Island had to ride one way. Yeah.
Caleb, I know you're a little bit more what's the word I'm looking for? Critical of AM Wager. I know you've run
Yes.
into some problems, but what do you normally use?
So I kind of split roughly equally between Amwager, Naira Bets, and not Twin Spires, excuse me, Express Bet. Amwager does have the best rebates, which is really important if you're a high volume player. I run into a lot of technical issues on their website, and I get kind of annoyed with some of that. So they have great customer service and great support in general, but the tech issues do annoy me enough to where I don't put all my volume through their site. ExpressBet, I love their betting interface. They have a lot of really cool betting tools. You can actually, if you bet California tracks at ExpressBet, you can designate which horse you want in the case of a late scratch. So that's really good because I'm a big pick 5 player. So I really like that feature, which is nice. So far, it's only California tracks, or maybe it's only Strawing tracks. I'm not sure. But it's not every track yet, but hopefully they roll it out to other tracks. And then Naira Bets, I think, has just probably the cleanest interface in general with the video player and everything else. And I think they probably have the best mobile app. So I kind of split it equally. Amwager also doesn't offer Churchill tracks, and I play a lot of Oaklawn and Fairgrounds. So I kind of split my action between Naira Bets and Express Bet for those 2 tracks.
Yeah, and I will give a little plug for Naira Bets as well. I do have Naira Bets open right now because obviously AM Wager does not have Turfway, and I do like the Naira Bets interface for the occasion when I do play a Turfway, or occasionally I play a little Oaklawn or something. So if I'm playing CDI, that's Naira Bets is where I tend to go.
Yep. AM Wager not available in my state, so I have not used AM Wager before. So I mostly use Naira Bets. When the mobile app works, it's probably the best one. I have constant problems with the mobile app where I have to basically restart the mobile app if I like switch to a different app and I come back to it. Sometimes I just get a blank screen. It's been a problem on at least iOS, probably going back like 2-3 years. But when it works, it's super fast, super easy to get through stuff. I get a rebate through them that's half decent compared to what I got, or because I live in the state of Illinois and it's hard to get a rebate. But the video signal is probably the best out of any of the providers outside of TVG. But I just appreciate, I don't know, it feels like someone actually like put thought into the way the site works. I think TVG's got a very, very slick interface, but TVG is very anti-horse player. I just feel like because they have such a large market share, they just like don't care. Their reward system sucks. Their PPs suck. Everything about them sucks outside of the interface. And then you get Twin Spires. Twin Spires is usually the one I suggest to people who are brand new to horse racing to use because I prefer Brisnet PPs. You get them for free if you bet through Twin Spires. And, for us who put enough volume through, I think a rebate's more important. But, if you're playing 2-3 tracks in a day, that's like what, $9-10 in data you got to pay. And if you're not betting that much, that $10 that you save on data is probably worth it over whatever rebate you would get. So, but Twin Spires is, I think the Twin Spires mobile app's actually pretty good. I prefer the Twin Spires mobile app to using their site. I think their site's kind of clunky. Yeah, I don't know. I think Naira Bets is just the best overall, though.
Yeah, to build on what Josh said, I would say if you're a player who has less than $10,000 a year in volume, maybe you're somebody who plays 2-3 weekends, you play a weekend a month kind of a thing, or you play a day a month kind of a thing. Twin Spires is probably your best option. They're going to give you some free past performances. You're going to get, a lot of good there. When you get bigger than that, it branches out. But I will say, instead of saying, we can tell you our favorites, but I would also say every one of these people has a sign-up bonus. They all have promos going on. Max them all out. I know stupid things like during the Breeders' Cup, ExpressBet had a really good promo. So I was firing win bets and doubles on Express Bet, and then everything else went through AM Wager because they had a promo that was just phenomenal. So occasionally you'll have those kind of deals where I know our good friend writer Dave will target these Express Bet. We'll have these like on Tuesdays or something like, hit the late pick four at Laurel and hit and split $1,000, and he'll make more on the hit and split than the actual payout of the of the pick four will pay. So max out your promos or max out your any offers they're giving you, and if you have the ability of taking some promo, that's nothing wrong with trying them all and choosing the one that's best for you.
We got a couple minutes here till Turfway Park here in the next race. I thought we'd have a little fun. I just saw this pop up. Looks like Circa in Las Vegas has put up their first Kentucky Derby future odds. Reminder, all bets are action here for these. So if your horse doesn't make it to the gate, your bet's a losing bet. But the favorite currently is Arabian Night at plus 1,500. And I believe Arabian Night, as of right now, cannot even run in the Kentucky Derby. It's pretty interesting. Cave Rock at plus 2,000. Arabian Lion at plus 2,000. Unless I'm getting Arabian. Wait, are they both Baffert horses? Both the Arabian horses, or am I getting them mixed up?
One of the Arabian horses, I think it was Arabian Lion. I thought that debuted on Breeders' Cup undercard and won with the big figure. I think so. But maybe
one
it was
of them
Arabian
lost.
Night.
One of them lost to Giant Mischief. Remember because Giant Mischief is running in the Springboard Mile, not the Springboard Mile. Yeah, it is a Springboard Mile. And he beat one of the Arabian horses on November 4th, which was, I think, the Friday.
Arabian Lion lost to Giant Mischief.
Okay. Oh, so PDT says that they both ran on BC weekend, and they're both Bob Bafferts. So Arabian Night must have been the impressive one.
I was thinking of that's an Arabian Night.
Yeah. But any of these speak to you?
If you're going to make me pick somebody on there, I'm going to go fairly deep, and I'm going to go down to Wonder Wheel and take the filly taking on the boys if they take that shot. I mean, right? The thing is here, who else in here has impressed you?
Caleb, again? Yeah, okay.
I have yet to see a 2-year-old performance that I've gone, oh, wow, that was impressive. I just haven't seen it. So, and I don't expect to see them until we start, in February or March, where I can actually say, oh, geez, here's either these 2-year-olds coming back as 3-year-olds and they've taken a step forward, or all the big trainers have that horse that just never debuted as a 2-year-old, and we're going to see them and they're going to be impressive. So if you're making me pick somebody, I'll take Wonder Wheel.
Yeah, I'll kind of go with Steven and say I think that this is a terrible bet at this point.
Of course it is.
I'd never bet on a horse here pretty much ever. I mean, unless I could get, over 100 to 1 on a horse, maybe for action, just for fun. But if, out of all the horses on here, I'll just say the one that interests me anyway would be Loggins at 30 to 1. I thought Loggins ran a fantastic race in the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland earlier this fall. I thought he ran the best race in the field, set a fast pace. The race totally fell apart, and he ends up getting beat by Forte just by a nose. I mean, he looked like Forte was going to blow right by, and he really dug in and fought. I was impressed with that effort. That was his second career start. Forte was much more seasoned than him. I think Loggins has upside. He has good early speed, and going up for Brad Cox, the guy knows how to get horses ready for big races. So 30 to 1 is not the price for me to take on any horse in the futures right now, but he's probably the horse that if I had to pick a Derby winner today, it'd probably be him.
Digging, because I'm trying to remember one other horse I did see that I thought. Yeah, Instant Coffee would be the other horse that was on there that I am somewhat interested in. That was the winner of your Kentucky Jockey Club. That was the horse that debuted on closing weekend of Saratoga and looked pretty gosh darn impressive going by me when I was top of the stretch. And, I thought that Jockey Club was pretty good. So that would be the other one that's, a player in there that I think is a little bit interesting. But again, Caleb is spot on here. This is an absolute sucker's bet. This is gambling. If you want to gamble, this is a great wager. This is not handicapping. This is not anything that anybody with, wagering smart money is taking a stab at. If this is the initial pool, you're taking the whatever the other or the all or whatever the stupid one it is always goes off at 5-2.
What I will say that's just kind of funny though is not during the Vegas fixed odds like Circa or William, Penn or anything, William Hill or anyone else, but if you look at like the open, mutual pools, they'll have a Kentucky Derby futures and they'll have a Kentucky Derby sire futures. And there was a number of sires that were longer priced than their offspring in the other pool. So you would have like Violence, for example, at 50-1, and you would have, I don't know, Echo Again, who's not a Violence son, but just as an example, like Echo Again at like 30-1. So like instead of betting one horse at 30-1, you could bet the sire of that horse, get that horse, and potentially others at 50-1. Like there was quite a few overlays between the two pools, which I thought was very funny.
Yeah, I honestly haven't been that impressed by any of the non-Baffert horses, and I don't think the Baffert horses are going to. Well, they're going to be able to run, but they're not going to. We saw how that worked out last year, so yeah, I don't know. I really didn't. I really don't see anything here. I mean, maybe if you could get it now, I don't know. Maybe I would take a flyer on a horse like Giant Mischief, right? Because at least you're getting a mid price, right? You're getting 40-1. Which I don't know, you can at least kind of sort of like live with. I think if you're taking 15-1, if you're taking like 16-1 on Forte, like, I don't know, like that horse is probably like, there's half a chance that horse doesn't even make it to the gate, maybe even more. So, like you really kind of gotta think about that and bake that in if you're gonna bet any of these. They're fun to look at. Right. And, but at the same time, I think, Mark, you're, the same way that it's fun to play the Buffalo machine every once in a while. Right. Like you can't expect to be making money on it. So,
that was Wheel of Fortune. That was occasionally fun to play.
I mean, I'm a sucker for Buffalo. I know Gary's a Wheel of Fortune guy.
Okay.
I think you played Wheel of Fortune a little bit, right? You play, is that
yeah, I played a little Wheel of Fortune, and yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, like I would do stupid shit. Like I would bet like Speedboat Beach, right? Like, I would like I think what you were saying, Caleb. I wouldn't take less than like 40-1 on anybody. And at the same time, you're just guessing.
Normally with my luck, it's the I pick one of these and then they somehow magically never make the gate. So,
who's your Phillies 100-1?
Yeah,
which I think PDT was asking about.
Who's your filly?
Yeah, that's that Tom Amos filly.
Oh, that's the horse's name. Okay, yeah, he was asking about that one. So
yeah.
Okay, do I try to play an exacta here?
Where, at Delta or at Turfway?
At Delta.
Because they're loading the gate here at Turfway.
Are they?
Yep, they're loading the gates.
3-1 on this 10 feels like value, honestly. I don't hate it. I should hate it. It's 3-1.
I mean, I kind of hate it, but the 2-1 on this 12 is just, dude. The 12 is so tiny. I didn't see him get out of the gate.
Oh,
I fired 2 last minute tries.
Somebody's got some tries.
Keyed the 12 in second and third. I think Vinny finds a way to hit the board and lose another big chalk. Keyed the 3 and the 10 on top, and then about 5 horses. So basically a 3-10, 12 over 5 horses, 3-10, 5 horses over 12.
What are you setting out for a total, Caleb?
It was 168 before that bet.
Okay.
Oh boy, this is going to be a blanket finish, isn't it?
You can just tell, right? The way they're all bunched up into the first turn. Or into the turn.
This is just like, I think if the 10 can find the seam, the 10 looks like he's got horse.
He does have horse. Look at him thread the needle there.
Oh, look at this. Corrales with, I don't know if he's got enough horse, but.
I think he does. He's going to roll on by.
Yep.
And here
probably
comes
Turbo.
Vinny coming to get a piece again with the 2-1
Oh, he's gonna get
favorite.
second or third is all I
Is
need.
Caleb gonna get his try here?
Oh my God, Vinny got fucking
Oh,
fourth.
Vinny's just.
And my horses
Oh.
run second and third because I had the one. I had 1, 2, 6, 7, 11 underneath.
Vinny is just out to hurt you.
I mean, Vinny is so bad. Nobody does less with more than this guy. Well, I can't really put that one on him because the trainer's been even colder than he has.
Yeah, the connections all around on that one really sucked. So
Yeah, I should have played more of a standard try. And I never key around chalk. That always feels bad to do. But I kind of feel like the horse had to run somewhere on the board. But
all right, that'll give me a little close to 250 in the contest, and I think I had like $20 left, so I'll be sitting around like 270. And that's gonna be a cool $1,000 in the pick 3 pool. So
very
I will
nice.
take
Good
it.
hit.
nice, very nice, very nice. Debating making some bad decisions at Delta.
Dude, I think we've talked about this before, Caleb, but this is really like, I think Turfway is really a double pick 3 track. Like the pick 5 sometimes is just like you just tip your cap to whoever hit it for 40K, because
It's
there's like
playing-
2 horses in there you would have never had.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not a very easy pick 5 track. I think pick 3s, I would agree with. Doubles, for me, it's hard because when I think of doubles, I think of more like 1x2s or 1x3s or 2x2 maybe. But I don't like to spread much more than that on my doubles. So it's tough for me because it's not a track where I feel like you can really slam things very easily. But pick 3s, I think, is the perfect balance of being able to get some leverage, but also being able to get some spread.
It's a lot like Kentucky Downs in that way, where Kentucky
Yep.
Downs is the same way. Those pick 5s are impossible, but man, you can do really well at Kentucky Downs linking some doubles or some pick 3s together.
Gee, that was $154 exacta for the 10-6. That try is going to be nice.
And you had the 6 and the 1. You only used them in second.
I had 310 over the 1, 2, 6, 7, 11 over the 12. So I had the 1, the 6, and the 3, and the 12, but I needed the 12 to run second or third because I keyed him. I was between either playing king the 10 on top and then having like more of a, 3 or 10 over 3 over 6 kind of a structure. Or
you needed
doing,
him to lose a little less.
I needed him to lose a little bit less. Yeah, I mean, had I did not fire the bet super last minute, I probably would have backed it up with an exacta, but that's okay. Yeah, this try probably pays like 200, which is going to be nice.
I don't know. It might pay more.
I mean, the 6 was
for 50 cents. For 50 cents.
50 cents, yeah. So, Mark, you getting irresponsible at Delta?
I hope so.
I made a cryptic reference, and you guys didn't look at horses' names, so it's okay.
Bad decisions, nice.
Yeah. I'm debating. I thought Bad Decisions was the horse in here that you wanted. A horse that's getting some sort of cryptic class relief. But I mean, this field is bad. Like, this is a very, very poor field. A lot of horses that have been beaten at this level by 10, 20 lengths consistently. This is one of those spots where I love to go to the maiden, and I just didn't think the maiden looked good at all here. It's just a real tough field, and I'm trying to, I get yelled at being a little too cute, so I'm trying to be a little more smart here with this contest. So
that 50-cent try at Turfway paid $4.25. Oof.
Wow.
Was there a big price in there?
The 6 was 20-1, and the
Okay.
1 was also a big price, like maybe 10.
Well, you had both of them in there. Damn. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah,
see, if you
had
had
them
hit
all, but
then I'd have to try to fire.
That's okay. But I to further Josh's point, doubles pick 3s, and I actually get a great vertical track if you can play exactas and trifectas. Like, if that's your game, I mean. I can't really play anything in this last race at Delta, I don't think. I do think the 10's the horse to beat. I also sort of hate the fact he lost last time at 2-5.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't. He is the horse though for sure. I mean, but it's a bad field. The one
So
horse
bad.
that I probably look at is maybe the upset candidate would be the 1. This is a horse that he's dropping into the lowest level he's ever been at. Last out he was just in over his head, but 2 back at a lower level in maiden 20s, he actually ran okay. He ran 3rd that day. And then he has a couple of races at Lone Star for, around this, state bred 30K level where he ran okay and actually had speed in those races. So I don't know if this horse is good enough to win, but if I was going to take a shot against the 10, it'd be with the 1.
Yeah, my thought was if I was going to take a shot against the 10, it's with the 6, and I realize it's an over 17 maiden. Like, let's get that out of the way. But we've already said this is a really terrible field. And my thought was first time really at this level. Last out was one of the better races in the field. Horse was second by a length and a quarter, and the 6 actually has some speed. And there's not a lot of speed in this race. So I'm wondering if they can get really aggressive with this 6 and maybe try to grab the lead early. But boy, I mean this is just a real tough race. I ended up playing an exacta here, 10 over 6-8. Again, I think the 10's the horse to beat, but yeah, I mean anything could happen. I don't really love the play. It was just me taking a little bit of a stab because I should have played my previous double for a little more. And then trying to get over the top of 2 other horses that I thought were the best of what was left in here. But I mean, this race is just terrible.
So Mark, how much do you have? And if you hit this, what would you end up with as it stands right now?
I'm sitting at 687. The 6 would pay 320. Wait a second, I guess that would be a $2 base. So the 6 would pay 160. The 8 underneath would pay 350-ish range. So
okay, so 8 gives you it'll probably come down, I think, but 8 gives you maybe an outside shot. 6 probably won't be enough to win.
Yeah, but that would be 10 over 8. So is an exacta.
Right.
So Caleb, take a look at our chat and remember what you were saying earlier about doubles. Does that make you want to throw up a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. It kind of does.
I meant to run back a press, and I didn't know how to press it, and really it should have just been the 9-10. I mean, or it should have been pressed into that 10 in the last race, but
yeah 3x3 double with the favorite in both legs makes you want to puke.
Yeah, it was not pretty, but it got the job done.
PDT somewhere is rolling over and having nightmares or something. Or I mean,
ITP.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wrong. Acronyms are hard.
Acronyms are hard.
I remember when I don't remember if it was Arlington Million Day. No, I think it might have been Arlington Million Preview Day. It was the day that Busy Channel won that race over. Oh shit! Who was the horse? It was like one of the big turf horses. One of the horses that Caleb hated. Zulu Alpha. Alpha came back.
Oh.
Yeah, Zulu Alpha came back and was running, and Busy Channel just like stomped him into the ground at like 3 times the price. But I used Zulu Alpha, and I was talking with Ed because he was on site for that day, and I was like, man, ITP would have fucking killed me if he would have seen this ticket using Busy Channel and Zulu Alpha both. So Mark, you're doing a 10 over 7 here?
10 over 6-8.
10 over 6-8.
For $10. Exacto.
Yeah, I feel like with these small pools that you can't really hammer anything.
Honestly,
you don't want to skew it too much.
I played this stupidly, really. I should be live to like a $20 double into this 10, and I should have played that race 7 double probably I played it for 10. I should have played it for 20. I just felt like it's one of those things. You're playing a 3x2 daily double and you're already kind of spready. Yeah, I was throwing the favorite out in the 3 wide race, and I happened to get the best possible for me in that race. But it just felt like I didn't want to be that spread with that much leverage. It would have been $120 structure. That just feels dirty on a 3x2 double. So I should be live to like a $20. I mean, yeah. I'm not seeing will pays. Why are will pays being weird in here?
Oh, Ryan's showing up. West Coast Ryan. What's up, Ryan? We're unfortunately, Ryan, we're looking at Delta Downs because Mark is trying to break this contest. Last race here at Delta Downs. You like the 10 bad decisions. What's up with this morning line? This 10 was 5-1 in the book and it's 3-5 right now.
Oh, dude, who looks at morning lines? I mean, this is a track that it's not as bad as others. It's not as bad as like Keeneland Spring was, but the morning lines here are just not good. You go through, you handicap it how you handicap it, and you come up with your own opinions. You go.
All right, I'm doing. I'm a weak person. So how much do I got? I got 252. So I'm gonna put $10 to win on this 6.
Nice.
I'm playing a $6 110 exacta. 10. I do think the 10's the horse, but I have enough interest in the 1 to try to get around it, maybe on top of the exacta, and it's paying quite a bit more than the 10-1 combination. So
you know what? This 6 is 10
really
to 1. I'm putting another $10 on it.
why not another
$20 to win?
230.
Why not put 100?
Because then if I put 100 on it, it's gonna be like 2-5.
You should bet him the show.
I'm gonna bet him the show.
There's 28K in the win pool. You're good.
Oh, Ryan saying he hasn't looked at a form in a month.
What's that feel like?
I mean, it's got to feel amazing.
It's
honestly.
got to.
Yeah, it's got to be just so freeing.
Dude, like, could you imagine, like, just, like, not betting and not drinking for a month? Like, how good you'd probably feel?
I don't think I'd survive it. Like, I think I just would be too. Yeah,
that'd be hard.
All right, what is going on here? Are these the right horses?
I mean, the 1 caught like a flyer out of the gate and decided he just doesn't want the lead, apparently. But I don't hate this. I mean, inside seemed good given the Dominguez horse 3 back or 2 back. The 10 though looks like he's in trouble.
Yeah, this isn't happening with this.
Are you saying that it was possibly a bad decision to play this?
It was very clearly a bad decision.
Oh, the 1 just had to check.
And Josh, is looking like my joke about the $100 win bet on the 6.
I don't know. He's getting kind of tired, but no one's really making up ground. The only one's got a shot is the 1.
I think it's the 1 or the 6. Looks like the 6 from here, though.
No, and the 1 was pressing the whole time. This 6 should be gone.
Oh, no, I'm getting marked.
Oh, he marked you so bad. Oh, my God.
Thank God it's a short stretch.
I don't think it's that
Thank God it's a short stretch.
God, I tried so hard.
Gracious.
So you had 20 to win, Josh?
I had 20 to win, so that's another $140 into the old coffers.
Nice job. Well, my 1 ran good. I was right about that, but the 10 just ran worse than I could have possibly imagined. Should have played the 1-6 combination instead of the 110.
Oh, yeah. He says, just nature of my job. This time of year, finance in December sucks. Yeah, mine's like the exact opposite.
Dude,
right now, there's just nothing to do. But
yeah, Ryan, I froze all of our tech stack right about Thanksgiving, but man, the month of December in finance is just brutal because everybody wants to do year-end everything and charitable giving and rollovers, and it's a nightmare. It's rough.
Charitable giving. Have you thought about giving to the degenerate horse player in your life? I remember one year we went to Vegas, I think. No, I think it was for my birthday. We went to Vegas, and my wife's like, "Look, I don't know what to get you. Here's $150 for the Vegas trip." And I'm like, you know what? That was a really good gift. I mean, it was gone in like the blink of an eye, but still. It's a thought that counts, right?
Exactly.
You know, I mean, if it's market a let it ride table, that $150 is gone in 10 seconds.
It, it was like, that was like 300 down, and then we were gone in about 10 seconds, and it was another reload, and that was gone another 10 seconds. And we're like,
I just remember it
Gary,
was
Gary and I
was
looked
just
at
the
each other like,
funniest thing.
what just happened?
It was just the funniest thing because I'm sitting here talking with Capone, and like you guys are like, "Hey, we're gonna go play," and so me and Capone are just talking because I think we were gonna go to dinner, and so we were just blowing some time before dinner, and like you guys leave, and like not even a minute later, Capone goes, "Dude, Josh, like they're reaching for more money." I'm like, "What?" And I look over, and both you guys are doing this move, right? Where like you got the one ass cheek in the air trying to reach into your pocket, and I'm like, what? I'm like, "Oh," he's like, "Dude, they just sat down." And we walk over, and you're like, "Yeah." They're like, "Yeah." The dealer was just laughing at us.
Yeah,
The
she
dealer
literally
was
was
laughing at us and just took all of our money.
He took all of our money.
couldn't find a 3-card poker table that was open, so we're like, oh, let it ride. That's kind of close. And the woman behind us was like, oh yeah, I'll show you how to play. And that was a mistake.
Yeah, you let it ride, all right.
Boy, yeah, we did. There bad decisions were made.
All right. Well, that puts me up to 2 what? Oh, they just haven't paid out yet.
At Delta?
Yeah. I was like so confused.
There's an objection.
There's an objection, 6-on-1.
Yeah, I mean, well, 1-on-6, but yeah. I mean, the 6 did kind of saw the 1 off, like going into the turn a little bit, but I'm not so sure it wasn't the 1 just trying to find a hole where it didn't exist. But since we're in a contest, I'm obligated to hope that they take the 6 down.
You son of a bitch. Well, we got about 10 minutes here. You guys want to play this race at Remy, or are you guys good?
I haven't. I didn't even look at Remy.
I'm going to bet it because DGen, but I'm not going to bet on my contest account.
Okay. Hey, it's a 5,000 B, so it's a regular old claiming race here. Let's see if we got anything.
Is that 5,000 beaten claimers at Remy? I'm gonna very quickly look at this race. So
I already got to play.
Oh, wow. Okay, Josh.
I pulled my channel manager Josh on this one.
Did you? So which E8 are you betting?
The 8.
Okay.
The 8, the E6, Frosted Prayer.
He's got the most numbers after that. He's like the lone speed. I'm playing 8 over 2-3 exacta.
8's also 6-1. What do we got here? Yeah, he's like the lone E type. Well, you got Fort Knox, the 5. 5's also got some speed here.
E0 though. Those aren't even real E horses.
And then how about this? Oh, this 3's the favorite, so no thank you. I guess I gotta pull back the Delta feed up.
It's not official yet. So you're going to bet the horse that's 0 for 9 across the track and isn't getting any class relief. Cool. Who likes to get nosed and then stop. Nice.
You just a no for 17 horse last race.
Oh my God, they're going to maximum security this, huh? That little, just like on the turn.
That
it didn't really look that bad.
I mean, even live, like I saw it, and I'm like, I don't think it's that bad. I didn't think they would even look at it, but it's Delta. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
They're normally pretty lenient here.
Yeah, especially on the turn. Like, I don't know. And it wasn't even like it was the first turn, wasn't it? Or is it the?
It was only one turn.
Oh, it was.
No, it was. It was 2 turns because it was 6.
How are closers at Remy?
In general, I feel like the track plays fair, but I'm not really sure. I mean, according to Brisnet, 7 furlongs only gets wired 19% of the time, which is lower than the nation average. but average lengths off at the first call is only 1.5. So it seems like you want to be up there, but maybe not right on the lead.
Okay. Because I was kind of liking the 6, but
Yeah, I mean, there's no pace in this race either, which is part of the other problem.
yeah, I just like the 6 getting back to the appropriate level.
I mean, the 3 probably is the horse here, truthfully.
Yeah, it is probably.
You know, like looks like he blew the brake, rushed up, did the 5 wide move, and then faded late.
Yep.
You know, with a better brake, he probably wins this race. Cutting, you know, one of my favorite angles is the cut back from a mile to 7 furlongs.
Thank God.
No change.
Yeah. I didn't even realize I had the sound on. And then I heard there will be no change. I was like, oh.
Well, you got your price. How much you have there, Josh?
We'll see once it goes official here. But it should be about 370.
I'm interested in the pick 5 more than anything right now.
Where?
What?
Remy?
Delta.
What it paid?
Yeah. No, I had it, so I just wanted to know what it paid.
They don't have will pays?
They weren't showing up for me, so.
What? The 6, it's paying 6. It's paying 4 out of 5, so you didn't have
Oh, it didn't have it? Okay.
It's paying $6.88 for $1 to the 6 on the dollar pick 5.
Oh, you're right. I didn't. I singled the 6th race. My bad. Whoops.
So you had 4 out of 5?
Yeah. Would 4 out of 5 pay?
$6.88 for $1.
Okay. What was the pool there? Because now I'm gonna be mad at myself.
Look at Mike. Mike thinks I'm gonna win. He's already asked me what bottle I'm gonna buy.
Ooh.
We gotta get to 1,000 here, Mike. And unfortunately, I'm only gonna be at I'm at 378. Mark, what are you at?
687.
687. And Caleb, what are you at?
152.
152. You know, this has gone better than the first time we did this.
I mean, the first time we all bought for like a month and a half.
Yeah. So this has gone by. I think we've been more measured, trying to, you know, kind of grind it out a little bit. Obviously, Mark probably. I don't know. You think you would have won it, Mark, the way you would have wanted to play it today?
No, I wouldn't have. Nope.
Okay.
No, because I would have singled into that 10 in the last leg. So I my thought was to fire a big double 5-6 over 10, and that obviously wouldn't have hit. So I would have hit the middle, but probably not the late. 20 would have been double. I would have been real close, but then I would have given a bunch of it. Well, I probably would have been a couple $100 in front of where I am now, but no, I wouldn't have hit it.
I think I might fire something here at Remy. Kind of just fading this 3. I like the 5. I like the 8. I also like the 11 a little bit. The 11 is more of a off the pace type here in Hoodoo Brown. But at least on Brisnet, looks to at least, I think he's going to be close up. I don't think he's going to be coming from super far deep. And I think he's got a bit of a late kick. You know, you get Weston Hamilton aboard, who's at 13%. Yeah, I mean, you got decent connections. You don't got anything great plus or anything like that, but it's not like you're hoping and praying some Ofer connections are going to hit here. And what's the par here? 83. I mean, horse is going to basically have to run his best race ever. So, maybe I'm hoping for a lot there, but I think the 5 and the 8 here are definitely going to be your speed. So, kind of seeing if I get one of those two up there with with a closer kind of coming in here for second, but the 3 is going to, I think, be pretty tough here. Huh. What do you?
Someone's
What?
scroll wheel is just firing off everywhere.
Oh, is that mine? I
Yeah.
didn't know if it would be that loud. I actually started looking at microphones, Mark. I know you you have upgraded yours to a nice
I
one.
did.
I think this one sounds pretty good, but I can tell a little bit, especially when I have to edit the podcast. I usually have to do a little bit of stuff with the volume and things like that. So I have a couple gift cards from work and stuff like that. So just the one I was looking at, I think I forgot which one did you get, Mark?
It's a Shure MV7, so it's the USB-C. It's the you see Shure mics everywhere. The ones that are the standard, whatever 3 or 5 prong or whatever is thing on the back. This is the USB-C version, so it's their webcast streamer mic. So
I think this is the one I was looking at, but I was looking at the non-USB one.
So I'm just realizing that I'm an epic idiot. If you guys want to laugh,
You didn't even
Yeah.
have 4 out of 5?
I didn't play it. I never hit submit. Do you want to know what I did? I literally I keyed it in and then I was like, whatever. And then I was more worried about playing contest wagers and I just never fired it. I went A B A B. So I would have hit it for 23,000. That feels great.
I mean, it
bright
makes me
side,
feel a little better.
You're winning the contest.
That is true. You are winning the contest.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have been 23,000. It was 23,000, or sorry, 21,133 in the pot with a 25% takeout. So
Oh wait, no, Mark. The one that you have is the one I was looking at because it's also got an XLR input on it, right?
Yeah, it's got an XLR on the back. Yep,
Yeah.
It's got both XLR and mini or micro USB, one of the two. I run the mini or the micro. You're actually better off to run the USB version for most things. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have an XLR. I have an audio interface, so it controls stuff pretty good. Well, it works until it doesn't work, and I don't know if I told you guys this, but occasionally I'll hop on and you guys can't hear me briefly. It's apparently a conflict with my mouse software.
Really?
So someone figured out that for some reason the Razer, like whatever the Synapse software doesn't play nice with the Elgato software. So
So you have the Elgato,
Yeah, I got the Wave XLR and I got the Stream Deck, which are both Elgato.
Their stuff's nice, but
it's very nice. The Wave XLR is super easy to use. So if anybody is out there looking to up their podcast game, honestly, this mic I have, I think it's called the Samson Q2U. It's also USB, and the USB sounds pretty damn good. It does sound a little bit better going through the XLR interface, but if you just wanted something if you're like recording any kind of like videos, like even for like work, like if you're doing like presentations or anything and you got to record your voice, it's you can get it for like $40 or $50 usually on sale, and it does a really good job. It's much better than for recording like voice. It's much better than something like Yeti, which picks up just a ton. It just picks up a ton of the Yeti picks up a ton of background noise. It's kind of tough to. You really got to have it right in front of you.
The thing with the Yetis is the best mode for them is the globular, where it picks up all directions, and they do tend to. Yeah, I use a couple of them for some stuff at work, and they're nice for what they are. But
yeah, let's do a little $4 Exacta box 11.8.5. What do you guys got here?
I have maybe 3 over 2 Exacta.
I have nothing good. Oh, but for anybody listening, Delta is running next Monday and Tuesday if you are so inclined.
Yeah, Delta will be running, and we're getting close to Santa Anita opening back up.
Day after Christmas.
Yeah.
We're also coming up on like the darkest week in the world. Is that like week of Christmas where there is just nothing going on?
That's also the week I'm off work, so you're probably going to see me playing some.
I think it's like just Turfway for like a couple of days, and maybe like that's it. Like Mahone
Well,
Valley or some shit.
Delta Monday and Tuesday, but yeah, after that.
Well, this 8 definitely got the lead.
Or do you mean the week between Christmas and New Year's?
The week leading up to Christmas, I thought.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, you get some Delta, so
Good.
But
All right, I need this 9, or is it the 3?
Your eight got all the lead,
He has all the leads.
all of them. Yeah,
but this 3 is just.
The 3 is gonna swallow him.
Yeah.
Well, the 8 has no chance to hold for seconds. I need my 2 to make a rally here. This 5 looks pretty good though. I don't have the 5, but he's running good.
I don't have the 3.
Oh, my 6
3 is a very high head carriage. Ten's gonna get them all. It looks like.
I don't know.
No, I think the wire's going to come.
Yeah,
Prayers for the wired often go unanswered, except in this
310,
case.
5. Somebody, whoever was outside there.
310-2 or 310-5, either way.
310-5.
Yep.
Was it two-way on the outside?
Well, I burned 24 extra bucks. I probably didn't need to, but I'm sitting at 350. Mark, you're at what, 6?
687.
687. Caleb?
152.
152. So we,
You guys need to rebuy a few more times. I need a better bottle when I win this.
Yeah, because right now, Caleb's got 2 rebuys, so he's in for 10. I'm in for 5. So right now,
we're not going to bottle a benchmark.
Yeah, right now it's what, 35. You're looking at a $55 bottle, which is not that impressive.
Maybe I can.
What did it get you last time? It was like 80 or 90, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was like I think it was $100, but we also had 3. We had 4 people.
Person.
True.
So, but yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. We're trying to do some fun stuff here for during this kind of dull time of racing. Save you talking Gulfstream Park every weekend, which I know Caleb appreciates. This weekend is a Springboard Mile. So Saturday, and Andrew Champagne and I did cover the late pick 4 for that sequence on Drankin' Champagne. So that came out this morning. So go ahead and check it out on our YouTube channel or on your favorite podcast app. But other than that, I think we'll be live next week. I don't know if we really talked about it, but I think we'll do one more. We might just not be interrupted by the holidays. We'll see.
What tracks are we going to have available though?
I don't know. We'll have to talk about it. If not, we'll do something else fun. We'll figure something out.
Okay.
Assuming that we're all available. But thanks for checking us out. Catch us at ontherwronglead.com. Obviously at wrong_lead on Twitter. And obviously all our Twitter handles are here. Check us out in the Discord or anywhere else. Have a good weekend, guys. We'll see you later.